What the? Who are you supposed to be?
Well, I'm Incrediboy!
Buzz!
Yes? Yes?
I'm coming with you! Wait! I'll be back in just a second.
Stay inside, Lotso. Something snapped. She replaced us. Come on.
Pixar doesn't just write villains, they write consequences. Every iconic antagonist in their catalog exists because a hero somewhere made a choice, a rejection, a failure, an absence that turned someone ordinary into something dangerous. Syndrome, The Incredibles.
I am your biggest fan.
Buddy?
Syndrome is the most obvious proof that Pixar heroes create their own villains. Because Syndrome wasn't born as a villain. He was born as a fan. Buddy Pine was just a kid so inspired by Mr. Incredible that he built rocket boots in his bedroom just to be near that world. He showed up at the hero's house because he believed. He believed in supers, he believed in the idea of heroism so completely that he built his entire identity around it. And Mr. Incredible shut the door in his face. That's it. That was the reason. One rejection from the person Buddy admired most and everything changed. Not a trauma, not a family tragedy, just a grown man telling a child, "You're not good enough. You don't belong here." Now, here's where it gets messy. Buddy didn't just move on. He spent the next 15 years engineering a plan to become what he was told he could never be. Every invention, every dead superhero, every step of the Omnidroid, all of it traces directly back to that door closing. And when I'm old, and I've had my fun, I'll sell my tech to everyone. Then, everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be.
But everyone can be superheroes. Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be.
That line isn't a villain monologue. That's a wound talking. Syndrome isn't trying to destroy heroes. He's trying to make Mr. Incredible feel what he felt. Completely ordinary. Mr. Incredible didn't just fail to stop a villain, he created one. Stinky Pete, Toy Story 2.
Fair? I'll tell you what's not fair.
Now, most people forget about Stinky Pete, and honestly, that's exactly the problem. Stinky Pete is a villain built entirely out of what he never had. He's still in the box, mint condition, never been played with, never been loved, just sitting on a shelf watching every other toy get picked up, dragged around, and eventually outgrown, while he stays pristine and completely alone. Here's the thing, the same bond that makes Woody special, the love between a toy and a child, is the exact thing that destroyed Stinky Pete before it could ever reach him. He didn't become bitter because something was taken from him. He became bitter because nothing was ever given to him at all. And he has watched toys like Woody receive everything he ever wanted, over and over, for decades. I've been waiting in this box my whole life, just to be appreciated. That's not a threat. That's a eulogy. Stinky Pete is what happens when the thing that gives toys their entire purpose, being chosen, never comes. The heroes of Toy Story didn't create him with a single action. They created him just by existing in the love he was denied. Lotso, Toy Story 3.
Try to check out early? Well, you're just hurting yourself.
But if Stinky Pete is about never being chosen, Lotso is about being chosen. And then replaced. Lotso was Daisy's favorite toy. Not just a toy she liked, her favorite. He went everywhere with her. And then one day, she fell asleep on a family trip and he got left behind. By the time Lotso found his way home, Daisy already had a replacement. A new Lotso. Same bear, same color, same everything. That is what broke him. Not being lost, being replaced. Now, here's the thing. Woody gets left behind too. Across 3 movies. Andy forgets him, almost donates him, and eventually grows up. But Woody's entire arc is about accepting that love is temporary and choosing to give it anyway. Lotso couldn't do it. The moment he realized he wasn't irreplaceable, something curdled inside him completely. Where's your kid now? They don't love us. We're just trash waiting to be thrown away. That's a tragedy. Lotso's cruelty isn't random. It's a pain he decided to universalize. If he couldn't have what made toys meaningful, then no toy deserved it. The same bond that makes Woody a hero, unconditional love for his kid, is the exact thing that turned Lotso into the warden of Sunnyside. Evelyn Deaver, Incredibles 2.
I ask you, which of us has the greater influence?
Evelyn Deaver might be the most quietly devastating villain on this list. When she was a kid, supers were real. Her father believed in them completely. 2 phone numbers on speed dial, the panic room built, the full faith that if something went wrong, a hero would show up. And then, when something did go wrong, when burglars broke in, her father reached for that phone. And no one came. Because supers were illegal. Because the government that outlawed heroes told the people who believed in them to figure it out themselves. Her father died waiting. He called them, and no one came. My mother died too, a month later. She had nothing to live for. Now, here's the thing. Evelyn doesn't hate supers because she doesn't believe in them. She hates them because she believed completely. Her father's faith was absolute, and it killed him. And she has spent her entire adult life watching Winston rebuild the same dream. The exact dream that left them orphans. She isn't wrong that hero dependency is dangerous. The problem is what she does with that truth. The heroes didn't create Screenslaver by being evil. They created her by being absent at the single worst possible moment. Charles Muntz, Up. Charles Muntz is different from everyone else on this list because he started as the hero. When Carl was a kid, Muntz was the legend, the explorer, the man who went to Paradise Falls and dedicated his life to discovery. Carl and Ellie built their entire childhood dream around his name. He was the reason Carl ever wanted to go on an adventure, in the first place. And then the world turned on him. His discovery was called a fraud. His reputation was destroyed, and Muntz, instead of moving on, went back to Paradise Falls and never left. Decades alone, trusting no one, turning every visitor into a threat. Adventure is out there. That line was supposed to be pure inspiration. But by the time we actually meet Muntz, that same spirit has rotted into obsession. Carl spent his whole life trying to honor the legacy of a man who had already lost himself entirely. Muntz is what happens when heroism becomes about ego instead of discovery. The hero the world built him into, and then stripped from him, is the exact thing that destroyed him. A lesson Russell, Carl, and the audience almost inherits firsthand. Randall, Monsters, Inc. Randall is the one people always underestimate in this conversation. Randall and Sulley went to Monsters University together. Same program. Both are training to be scarers. But Sulley had natural talent, the kind of raw ability that turns heads without trying. Randall had to work for everything he had. And in a world where your entire value is measured by the number on the scare floor, being second to someone like Sulley isn't just frustrating. It is identity destroying. I'm going to be watching you. That line isn't just rivalry. That's someone who has spent years watching the world hand effortlessly to someone else what he can only reach by cheating. But Randall's story isn't really about cheating. It's about what happens when being second place becomes your entire identity. The scream extractor, the deception. None of that is Sulley's fault. But the system that pushed Randall to those extremes, that's a system Sulley dominates without even noticing. The same ease that makes Sulley a hero makes Randall feel invisible every single day. The scariest part of Randall isn't how evil he is, it's how understandable the starting point is. Hopper, A Bug's Life. Hopper is the most self-aware villain in Pixar's entire catalog, and that's exactly what makes him fascinating. He doesn't pretend to be misunderstood. He doesn't want you to feel sorry for him. Hopper knows exactly what he is and exactly why he does what he does. You let one ant stand up to us, then the all might stand up.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up.
Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life.
Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. That speech isn't villainy. That's a power structure protecting itself from the truth. What makes Hopper different from every villain we've talked about so far is that he already understands the truth. Hopper wasn't created by Flick in the traditional sense. He was already the villain. But Flick is the direct embodiment of everything Hopper fears. A nobody. An accident-prone, idealistic ant who refuses to accept his place. The exact type of hero that Hopper's entire empire is designed to prevent from existing. The moment Flick inspires the colony, the whole system cracks. And Hopper knows it. What makes Hopper dangerous isn't his strength. It's his clarity. He understands exactly what the hero represents, and he is terrified of it. The hero didn't create the villain, but the hero's existence is the one thing that makes the villain absolutely necessary. Mor'du. Brave. Most people don't even remember Mor'du by name, and that's the most important thing about him. Mor'du was a prince, the firstborn son of a king, destined to lead, But he wasn't content with shared power, he wanted it all. So he asked a witch for the strength to change his fate, and the witch gave it to him, but Mor'du never found the second piece, the way to break the spell. He let the bear take over completely, until there was nothing left of the prince at all. He couldn't break the spell. He became the bear forever, and that's what makes Mor'du so unsettling. Because Merida is walking the exact same road. Merida makes the same wish, same witch, same spell, same transformation on her own mother. The only difference between Merida and Mor'du is the ending. Mor'du isn't just a villain, he's a warning. He is the specific thing Merida becomes if she fails. And in his final moment, when the spell is finally broken and his spirit is freed, there is relief on his face. Not rage, not hunger, just relief. That's it. That was the reason. Mor'du wasn't evil, he was a hero who ran out of time to fix his mistake. The same mistake Merida is racing to correct. Pixar put the villain and the hero on the exact same path, and the only thing between them is what they choose before it's too late. Otto, Wall-E. And finally, the one nobody ever talks about. Otto is the villain of Wall-E, a steering wheel robot. No face, no voice, just a red eye and a directive. Directive A113, under no circumstances is the axiom to return to Earth. That's it. That was the reason. Otto isn't evil. Otto is obedient. He was built by humans, the same humans who left Earth, the same humans who created Wall-E. And he was given one rule. And he has been following it faithfully ever since because no one told him to stop. And that's where Otto becomes one of Pixar's most terrifying villains. Every other villain on this list made a choice. Otto never did. Otto is the one Pixar villain created not by rejection or failure or a broken promise, but by a directive from people who gave up on their own planet. The humans who built him are the same species as the heroes trying to stop him. They made him exactly what he is, and then they sent Wall-E, a robot who somehow developed love, wonder, and joy without any programming for it at all, to undo the mess they created. Otto following orders is terrifying precisely because it mirrors us. The villain isn't a monster who snapped. The villain is a system working exactly as designed. Built by the same world the heroes are trying to save. That might be the most unsettling thing Pixar has ever hidden inside a children's film. Pixar's heroes don't just fight villains. They produce them. They inspire them. They abandon them. They reject them. They build systems that quietly create them. Every villain on this list had a version of themselves that could have been different. And honestly, that is what makes them hit so hard. Which one do you think was the most directly created by the hero? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know your take. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch the next video shown on screen.